Studnik Aquatics here. I have not done a very good job of taking care of my aquariums lately. I've had so many other projects going on. Excuses, excuses. I like to do water changes every week, and I haven't done them for about 3 weeks. So I am doing that now. I have a siphon that actually comes through the wall. The other side of that wall is my shop with a utility sink. And I have it hooked up to that, and here is the hose coming in right here. And all you do is hang it over into the water, open the valve, and you're doing water changes. So I can take all the water out, and that's what I'm doing now. I've already done all of these over here, those. As you can see, I'm working my way across, and then I'll work my way through these, and also this big 150 tall. When I'm ready to add water, all I have to do is go to my utility sink in the shop and make sure the water temperature is perfect, and then I come back and water will come in. So then I just go from one tank to the next and fill them back up and wipe them down, put my lids back on. I did cut lids out of polycarbonate. They work very well. I highly recommend them if you have the opportunity to do so. This stuff's a little expensive, but it's easy to work with. It looks good. It works very, very well. I need to clean those up. So I have wiped off the front on most of these. I'm going to start working my way through and make sure I haven't missed anything. I have quite a bit of cleaning yet to do on this 150 tall. The algae has gotten completely out of hand on this thing. I mean, it's just growing all over everything. So I need to start seeing if I can't get a handle on this algae. I am injecting CO2 into this thing. I've never done that before. I don't have algae problems really anywhere else. I'm injecting CO2 and now I have algae. So maybe they're related. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think that has something to do with it. I'm going to change out my media for my UV sterilizer in there and canister filter, but I don't have a replacement filter now. I'm going to order one. So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to go ahead and clean this glass up a little bit more on this tank and keep adding. One thing I am doing, this 150 tall and that Amazon Biotope, they get RODI water, which is coming out at 6.8 pH, and that's what this is in here. So I will pump it from here into those. They don't get out of the tap, and it's also warmer in those tanks. They're both 83 degrees. Everything else is set at 76 to 78 just by regulating room temperature. So I will add more to this as I go. It's about time I start cleaning these up, and the fish are doing great. I mean, water quality is still good. I just feel bad that I haven't been doing water changes like I should. So I'll add more to this in a little. I am refilling everything, and they're looking really good. I got them cleaned up. I'm working on this one right now, and then working my way around the room. And in the meantime, as I mentioned earlier, I have a container in here full of RODI water with a pH of 6.8 and a temperature of 83.3. And that's for this big 150 tall, and it's also for that Biotope over there. And what I use is I have a power head with a strainer on the end hooked up to a piece of hose, and all you do is drop it down into the container and then use one of these clamps so that your hose doesn't fall off. You hook it on this tank, plug it in, and refill this with that good water. And then as this goes empty, I bring water from the shop over, put it in here, and let it take some time and, you know, and get up to where it needs to be temp-wise and so forth. So that's what I'm going to do now. I might add a little more to this once I get it to focus in again, once I get this hooked up. And now I am running water in here, coming through the tube, out of that reservoir in there. So I will get this one filled up, and then I will also refill this 150 tall. My goal someday is to put discus in here. I just haven't got around to doing it yet. I have a little bit of an algae problem right now, and I did clean up quite a bit of it today, so hopefully I can kind of get a handle on that before I add the discus. Although I think some algae in there is always good for fish. It's just that we don't like the looks of it. So I will add more to this as I go. Okay, my water changes are done. Everything is clean. Everything has had a water change. Wiped off the glass. Worked on the 2 back filters that I do have in this room. Redid a couple of the bubblers because they do need maintenance. You can't let them just sit there because eventually they will slow down. So it's looking really, really good. I need to start doing this a little more often. I waited about 3 weeks. That's too long. The 150 tall is looking better. I took a lot of that algae out of there. Try to stay on top of it, see if I can't get that algae out of there. So anyway, this is Studnik Aquatics, and thanks for watching.